What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? It's your man Lucky. I'm back with another one. Listen, I talk all the time about not arguing. I talk all the time about emotional intelligence and how you, as a man, should not argue with your lady. But I don't want you to get it twisted, guys. I don't want you thinking that I'm saying that you should be a passive man. I don't want you thinking that I'm saying what you should do is allow her to do whatever it is that she wants to do and you don't address it. I don't want you to think that what I'm saying is by not arguing with her, you should just allow her to disrespect you without you checking her. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm talking about actual arguing, the actual back and forth exchange of words, the non productive way of communicating with your lady is useless, is pointless, is it's childish. That's the word I'm looking for. It's childish. And it's not becoming of a masculine man. If you want to be a masculine man, you must know how to channel your energy. You must know how to control your emotions so that you don't act out when you got certain feelings going on within you. I'm not saying that as a masculine man, you'll never have feelings or you'll never feel emotions or, all of that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that men don't have that. Yes, men have that. What I'm saying is if you want to be, if you are working on, if your goal is, and if you are a masculine man, you know how to channel that energy. You know how to direct that energy. You know how not to act out based on your feelings and your emotions. Stand on your square, fellas. Arguing is weak. I don't care what anybody tells you. Whether you are right or you're wrong, arguing is still weak. Say what you got to say and let that be it. Typically, guys, the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. You should understand that by now. And if you don't, then I just taught you something. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. You don't gain support. You don't gain superiority, and you do not gain dominance by yelling and screaming and acting out. You might gain some more weak supporters. You understand what I'm saying? People who view arguing as a strength, but it's not. Trust and believe it's not. Arguing is weak. Don't do it. Fellas, listen. I'm not suggesting that you be passive. I'm not suggesting that you allow her to disrespect you, violate you, or any other things that you do not like done to you. I'm not saying that you allow her to do it. You address it when it's time to address it. You address it when it's appropriate to address it. You address it when it needs to be addressed. But what you don't do is argue about it. You let it be known that, hey, this is not what I tolerate. Hey, this is not what I accept. This is not becoming of the type of behavior that I allow. Whatever it is, however you want to word it, whatever it is that happened, just make it appropriate for the situation. You let it be known. And that's that. You don't go back and forth. You don't go back and forth with a woman. You don't do it. I mean, as a matter of fact, you don't go back and forth with a man. You say what you say, and that's that. You stand on your word. You stand on business. If they don't respect whatever it is that you have to say, then as a man, you know that you got to get out of there. Listen, your manhood is always going to be tested when it's time for you to walk away. And I promise you, you will never be viewed as a dominant man. You will never be viewed as a masculine man if you do not have the ability to walk away. Don't sit back and allow somebody to disrespect you. Do not sit back and just allow somebody to violate you. Do not sit back and allow people to treat you in a way that is unbecoming of how you deserve or how you have earned to be treated. Okay? You have to earn your way through life as a man. I'm sure you understand this by now. Okay? So by the things that you do, by the man that you are, You require certain behavior from certain people. And if you do not get it, walk away. However, if you do not have the ability, if you do not have the strength, if you do not have the power to walk away from that which no longer serves you, you're in a world of trouble. Guys, walking away is not about who or what it is that you're walking away from. It's all about you. It's about what you'll allow in your life. If you can't walk away from it, you'll become a slave to it. Listen, guys, arguing with your lady is weak. I can't say it enough. Don't do it. Walk away. Walk away from that situation. You address the situation, and if she doesn't adjust after you've addressed, then you got to move on. It's that simple. Let me explain something to you. When it comes to women, a woman will treat you how she feels about you. And the thing that you must understand is how she feels about you is never going to be consistent across the board. It's going to be ups, it's going to be downs. You have to look at how she's treating you now. You have to make determinations on the things that you do now based on how she's treating you now, not how she treated you years ago, not how she treated you months ago. How is she treating you now? Don't allow or accept disrespect now simply because she hasn't disrespected you in the past 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or whatever it is. As soon as she starts disrespecting you, you got to say something about it. But again, don't argue about it. You let it be known, this is not the type of behavior that I accept. This is not the type of behavior that I will allow. And this is not the type of behavior that you can bring to me in this relationship or whatever it is that y'all got. That you know what you were going to accept it or not. This is not what I accept. You let it be known. You don't argue about it. You address it. And if it happens again, you got to do what you got to do. But understand, until you show a woman that you can do what it is that you got to do, there's certain levels of respect that you'll never have. There are some men out there who have had to walk away in order to show that woman, like, yo, he'll walk away. You understand what I'm saying? See, when you show a woman that you're not afraid to leave, a lot of times, man, that behavior, they straighten up. Uh, I, I ain't never had a man that'll walk away from me. I always been the one to walk away. Or, y'all get what I'm trying to say? Y'all got to have the strength to walk away, man. Never be afraid to lose a woman. Never, ever. They can smell it on you. A woman can smell it on you. Guys, you gotta, and then again, like I said, man, it's not about you showing her that you'll walk away. You gotta show you that you'll walk away. You gotta show yourself that you'll walk away. It's not worth sitting in a relationship, man, where you being disrespected, you being violated, you know, all of these things. It's not worth it. It's, in my opinion, it's not worth it. Look at the situation. Are you getting out of it what you want, what you expect? Because if you're not, what are you there for? Listen, guys, arguing is weak. You should not do it. You got to stand on business. Never be afraid to lose a woman. If you're emotionally attached, you got to break that attachment. The behavior that you accept, the behavior that you will allow is the behavior that will overwhelmingly show itself in your relationship, your situation, your friendship, your job, your whatever it is. When you stop accepting disrespect will no longer be a part of the conversation. Do you understand what I'm saying? People will know. Nah, you can't talk to him like that. They'll just know, trust and believe. People won't even approach you based on knowing whether or not they can come at you with the type of foolishness that they come at people with. Guys, do not argue with women. Do not argue with your woman. It does not make sense. You stand on business, and that's that. See, almost like arguing is like trying to convince somebody or something. You're trying to convince them to see it your way. When you're arguing with a woman, you're trying to convince her to see it your way. Man, let me tell you something, man. If she don't see it your way, then that's just that. Period, point blank. You don't got to try to convince somebody to see it your way, especially when it comes to disrespect. You got to convince some woman not to disrespect you. You got to plead your case as to why you deserve respect. Man, if she don't think you deserve respect, man, why are you there? You can't. Listen, man. I know a lot of you guys been married for a long time, been in long-term relationships and all of that, and I get it, man. The last thing you want to see is that relationship go down the tube, man, but you can't get weak. You cannot get weak. I'm telling you, women smell weakness away, and I promise you, man, if she does not fear that you will walk away from her, man, she going to do anything and everything that she want to do. You get it? A person has to fear a loss of something in order for them to appreciate that something. Y'all get what I'm saying? And it's bad that it's like that, but that's just what it is. If you knew you could come to work at any time that you wanted to, just walk in there. You supposed to be there at 8. You just walk in there at 9:30 and ain't nobody going to say nothing and ain't nobody going to do nothing. You'll continue to do that. You'll just get to work whenever you want to get to work. But if you knew if you showed up to work 5 minutes late, they're going to give you a 5-minute grace period. And anything after 5 minutes, you're going to be in that office looking at some paperwork. And the next time you do it, you're going to be looking at the front door, the back door, the side door, whichever door they're going to kick you out of. Then your behavior would change. Y'all get what I'm saying? Man, look, I'm not going to keep going on and on about this, man. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about that because I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that as a man, you should be passive or that you should allow bad behavior simply to avoid an argument. No, I'm not saying accept bad behavior or accept what's unacceptable just to avoid getting into an argument. I'm simply saying when you address whatever issue needs to be addressed, there is no back and forth. You do not argue about it. You stand on business. And if you got to walk away, you walk. I'll catch y'all on the next one.